Happy Memorial Day. With May drawing to a close, it means the 25th anniversary month of Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, is ending as well. I've made a number of videos honoring the film's legacy, but one more seems in order. Last week, I discussed my picks for the best LEGO sets from Episode 1, so it seems natural to follow that up with the best minifigures from the movie. Without further ado, here are my picks for the top 10 LEGO Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace minifigures. I have two very simple rules for this countdown. Number 1, it has to be a minifigure definitively from Episode 1. So Darth Maul from, say, the Clone Wars ain't gonna cut it. Number 2, there will be no repeat characters on this list. That means this countdown won't be chock full of only Jar Jar Binks and Qui-Gon Jinn figures. Make sense? Let's dive in. Number 10. Captain Tarpals from 75091 Flash Speeder. I kicked off my top 15 sets from Episode 1 with the Flash Speeder, so I figured why not kick off this list with a figure from the same set. Captain Tarpals is a pretty crucial Gungan character in the film, but he's only been made into a LEGO figure one time. That appearance is from 2015, and I love the coloration on this guy. The kind of light violet purple color really works for him. Printed Gungans are fantastic, and you'll see another one on this list, and this Captain Tarpals figure just looks great. Number 9, Qui-Gon Jinn from 75096 Sith Infiltrator. LEGO Jedi minifigures are a dime a dozen, and Jedi robe printing is pretty boring at this point. Obviously, that's not LEGO's fault, they're just making figures based on the source material, but let's be real, we already have a bunch of figures in their tan Jedi robes. There's a reason you won't be seeing Obi-Wan Kenobi anywhere on this list. However, the 2015 Qui-Gon Jinn minifigure differentiates himself because of his highly unique poncho. It was a unique look for the character played by Liam Neeson in the film, and LEGO captured it perfectly with this figure. The cloth poncho piece is really unique, and I think it looks fantastic on the figure. We also saw it most recently just this year in 2024, but I'm giving the leg up to the 2015 version for doing it first. Number 8, TC14 from 500063, that's a lot of zeros, TC14 May 4th promotional polybag from 2012. I honestly kind of have a hot take when it comes to the May 4th promotions that were just minifigures. For the most part, they weren't all that good. However, TC14 is one of the best. On paper, it's just another Protocol Droid minifigure, but it's shiny and chrome. I've always had a soft spot for anything chrome and LEGO. It doesn't happen very often, and that was also reflected on my list of top 15 sets with the N1 Starfighter from 2002. Now, the rest of this figure really isn't that exciting, which is why it's only number 8 on my list, but the chrome details are so cool it had to make this countdown. Number 7, Captain Panaka from 7961 Darth Maul's Sith Infiltrator. Similar to his Gungan Captain counterpart Tarpals, Captain Panaka has only been made into a LEGO minifigure one single time. That's pretty ridiculous to me for a character that has a lot of screen time in The Phantom Menace. I've always been fascinated by Captain Panaka, and the main reason for that might be his dope-looking hat. I know that sounds really silly, but look at it, it's such a fun shape, and LEGO nailed it with their mold. The rest of the printing is great, making an incredibly accurate Captain Panaka minifigure. Number 6, Sebulba from 7962, Anakin Skywalker and Sebulba's Pod Racers. The villainous Doug Sebulba is one of the more unique characters in the Star Wars galaxy. George Lucas and company got very creative with the design of this alien. And for LEGO to replicate that in minifigure form, it obviously required a very specialized mold. And that we got with the 2011 Sebulba. The original one from back in the day didn't quite cut it for me, but this remold in 2011 looks way better. They were able to make a nice clip for his hands along with posable legs and really well detailed printing. I especially love the way his goggles look around the eyes. That was done very well. Sebulba from 2011 is one of the more unique LEGO Star Wars minifigures of all time, and it had to make this countdown. Number 5, Jar Jar Binks from 7929, The Battle of Naboo. Jar Jar is obviously a pretty infamous character in Star Wars, but but fans have begun to warm up to the clumsy Gungan. Whether you like him or not, it's hard to deny his place in the history of LEGO Star Wars minifigures. Why, you may ask? Well, the 1999 figure was the first ever Star Wars character to get a molded head, which pioneered the way for a lot of specialized LEGO figs. Ultimately, however, the original version is very plain with not very much printing, so I decided to go with the 2011 version for this list. Once they added some extra detail to Jar Jar's headpiece, it was over. This figure looked perfect, and I can't wait to get the Darth Jar Jar figure later this summer in the Dark Millennium Falcon.
Lisa going to hurt you, sir.
Jar Jar Binks has always been a controversial character, but the LEGO figures have been fantastic the entire time. Number 4. Watto from 7962, Anakin Skywalker, and Sebulba's Pod Racers. Watto is another very unique alien character from Episode 1. The original unprinted Watto figure from back in the day doesn't quite do it for me, but the remake version from 2011, now we're talking. I mean, this molding and printing is spectacular all around. They absolutely nailed this very interesting character. The front is obviously great, but the back with the wings, that's where the moneymakers are. That looks so good. Watto is certainly a weirdo, but his LEGO minifigure is a winner. Number 3. Darth Maul from 7961, Darth Maul's Sith Infiltrator. I think everyone knew Darth Maul had to pop up on this list at some point. But why did I settle on this version? Well, before 2011, Darth Maul's LEGO figures just basically had a headpiece, a normal bald LEGO head. However, as the new decade started to begin, LEGO made a new custom mold for Darth Maul's horns. This was a game changer, and it worked out so well. You could debate any version since then is a little bit better, but I like this one in particular because of the way it pioneered the new headpiece for the character. Number 2, Battle Droid from 7121, Naboo's Swamp. Alright, you're probably scratching your head at this selection being so high on the list, but hear me out on this one. Pretty much every iconic LEGO Star Wars character has been remade at least once, if not multiple times. Heck, we're on the 3rd different version of the Phase 3 Clone Trooper helmet. The Stormtrooper has a new helmet, Darth Vader has a new helmet piece, General Grievous's entire body changed, and even the Super Battle Droid got remolded this past year. But what LEGO figure from all the way back in 1999 has withstood the test of time? That's right, it's the frickin' Battle Droid, man. The Battle Droid headpiece, the Battle Droid torso, the Battle Droid arm, and the Battle Droid legs are still being used today. Besides the one change of flipping the hand over in the late 2000s, it's exactly the same figure introduced all the way back in '99. The fact that LEGO nailed this mold so perfectly on the first try is a testament to how good this figure is. Yeah, I know, it's not the most exciting figure in the world, and we all have a million battle droids at this point. But come on, you have to admit how perfect it is. This is one of the premier LEGO Star Wars figures because it never changes, and hopefully it never will. It does not need to be remolded because it's that good. That's why it's so high on my list, and honestly, I strongly consider putting it at number 1. However, there is just one minifigure that was too good to not put atop this countdown. And that figure is number 1, Queen Amidala from 9499, Gungan Sub. When I did my video talking about my favorite sets from the Phantom Menace, I included the Gungan Sub on that list, and I think I kind of spoiled the ending of this countdown. It's alright though, it's kind of a foregone conclusion. Everybody knew Queen Amidala was going to be number 1 here. That's because she might not be just the best minifigure from the Phantom Menace, but maybe the best LEGO minifigure ever made, Star Wars or not. I'm not kidding, this figure is just one of a kind. It's absolutely insane how detailed she is. Obviously, Queen Amidala's regalia needed to be made into a specialized mold for her headdress. That was a given. But for her dress piece, I think LEGO probably could have just used a normal sloped brick if they wanted to, and people would not have complained that much. However, that's not what they did. Instead, they made a completely custom mold just for her dress, and it looks spectacular 360 degrees around. I've never seen LEGO go so above and beyond for one minifigure. It frankly looks like a custom. I think there's a very good reason why this figure is now worth way more than the set's original retail value. It is that fantastic. I'm gonna repeat myself, but Queen Amidala might be the best LEGO minifigure of all time, so of course it had to top this list. But those are just my thoughts. I'd love to hear yours in the comment section down below. Please comment with your ranking. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Have a great rest of your day. Peace out. God bless. Bye-bye.